And 2 years pass, and she's pregnant with her second child, and he prays to God. He says, God, I'm loving that you've given us a chance to have our own children, but two is enough. I can't have more than two kids. I can't financially withstand this. And a few years, his daughters get older, and he has to have another surgery because he has a tumor going up in it connected to his brain, and I can't remember what canal it was, but it was a part of his memory center. And they said that if anything goes wrong, you could lose your memory. And so his wife is freaking out about it, and she's praying like day and night about it. And he's just like, back to when he was in Canada, he's like, hey, God's bigger than anything else. So I'm not worried about anything. And he goes under the knife, and he wakes up whenever they're finished, and he goes like, everything went fine. And do you not remember, like, do you remember your wife and children? He's like, I'd like to see my wife, but don't tell her that I told you that I wanted to see her. And so she comes in and she goes, honey, and he looks up. He's like, are you my nurse?
Oh no.
And he didn't talk about what she did to him, but he's like, she pretty much tore me a new one for that one. But and so he just said, guys, no matter what you face up against, God is bigger than anything than what you're gonna be challenged at. So if you're going out and you have to have surgery and they say you got 50%, God's bigger than that. So don't play the percentage game. You'll never play the percentage game. You're gonna be successful in life if you're devoted with God. You're gonna be awesome. That night we kind of ate dinner, and Robert talked to us about the next day. So that was
Friday.
No, that's Friday?
That's what you said.
Okay.
Third day.
Okay, Friday. Never mind. Sorry. We went to Bullard that night for dinner. And we had a speaker from Texas Tech. He was the leader of the chaplain there. He would speak to them, and he had to do devotionals over at other colleges. And this guy talked really quick, and so I was kind of absorbing everything really quick. I couldn't catch everything he said. But the biggest thing he talked about was great inventors of our time, and how when you mix two things together, it can make something, two small things together, it makes something huge. And he said, one of my favorite things on the planet, Reese's. And what do? He mixed chocolate. Chocolate's good, and he mixed peanut butter together. And he made Reese's, and that's amazing. I love Reese's. That's awesome. And he talked about the Caribbean, how it's it's warm, shallow water, and how winds from the north will come down, and they mix together, and these two little things mixed together make a hurricane. No matter what, it's powerful, it's strong. And he's talking about character. He's like, you may be good on the field, you may be a good, talented athlete, but if your character's not good, you're not going to be a good athlete. No college is going to want you. He talked about making sure you have your chocolate as good as your peanut butter. So you have to make sure that you got the chocolate down. You're playing in the game. The game is chocolate, but you gotta have the peanut butter to make the Reese's Pieces. You gotta have everything to make everything good. And so he was talking to us, and I started feeling a big burden in here. Mom knows because she knows how I get whenever God's speaking to me really heavily. I get, and she's seen it before. I can't really explain it, but I was just like, whoa. I kind of had to sit there and I had to listen. I was like, all right, I'm listening. What do you want to say to me? What are you saying to me? What is it? What is it? And sure enough, the guy started talking about who here who is saved and all that. And he said, I'm not talking about being baptized, being christened, going on a missions trip, first FCA stuff. That's all good and that's great. But if you have not spoken the words that I accept Jesus Christ into my life, you're not saved. It's just plain clear. That's what the Bible says. And so it says, I want everybody to sit here and I want everybody to close your eyes and make a personal space around you. And I already had my eyes closed, so I was sitting there and I was like, okay, and I'm listening. And he said, I want you guys to be honest with you. I want you to make a physical connection with me. And he says, if you have not spoken these words and you are not, saved, I want you to raise your hand. But that's good. But I'm going to talk to you guys in a minute. If you have not